Welcome back to digital class, and now we're looking at this parallelogram. So, we have previously learned about rhombus, and rhombus is very similar to square, it's just slanted. And the same thing, parallelogram is very similar to a rectangle, but it's just slanted to another side. Okay? Whether it's this side or that side is actually still considered as parallelogram. So let's look at parallelogram. What features does it come with? What characteristic does it come with? So the first thing you should know is that opposite sides of the angles, or opposite sides of the lines is actually equal. So for example, if this line and this line will actually be the same length. Again, when I say equal means the same length. Same length. And the same thing, this and this line will be the same length. Okay? And because of that, here continues to remind you that two pairs of opposite sides, they are actually parallel. Okay? Two pairs of opposite sides, they are parallel. Means that, as you can see here, this line and this line parallel. This line and this line, they are parallel. Okay? And the works the same way for this lah. Okay? Next one. The opposite angles are equal. That again remind you that if this angle is A, this angle is also A. If this angle is B, this angle is actually B. And it's the same thing as what you learned from the rhombus. The sum of angles between each pair of parallel lines is 180. So it means that A plus B, A plus B, A plus B, A plus B is definitely 180. Okay? Then you might be wondering this, teacher, this is actually almost like rhombus. Then why are we learning it again? But you still need to understand that rhombus and parallelograms are different because rhombus, all sides have same length. Parallelogram is not. It's only this, and the one on top and bottom is a different length. And because of that, let me just remind you again. Let me just erase this. Because of that, you cannot like what you did. Now, just now in rhombus, we know that we can just cut into half. Let's just refer back to rhombus. Rhombus, we know that we can cut into half and say this is an isosceles triangle, correct? And we say this is the same, this is the same. But, in a parallelogram, if you cut into half, can you say this and this are the same? No, cannot. Okay, because these two lines are not equal. Okay, but what is interesting is that you should know this and this are parallel, right? That's why the angle here and the angle here is the same. Means that if here is angle A, here will be angle A. And of course, if here is angle B, here will also be angle B. That is an interesting thing you should know. Okay, now get this right. Okay, if here will be here, here will be here, and of course, as you know, the angle here and here will be the same. Okay, so this is very important to take note. And this is again what I have mentioned is the Z. Okay, I should just put Z. The Z thing. But it's a Z, right? As you can see. Let me just highlight an idea for you. It's like a Z here. Okay. Now, this is something that I've mentioned back in rectangle. Let me just scroll it up and show you a bit. So if you go back to page 16, as you can see, I mentioned about this Z shape, right? Okay, so it's the same thing here. Okay, Z shape. Let's look at the example here. Question 9, based on the idea on top, you should be able to solve it. Question 10, the same thing as well. Now, question 11, again, the angle here plus the angle here is supposed to be 180, right? So you know how to solve it. But question 12, this is the one that is slightly tricky because it's a parallelogram, but it's cut into half. But this question comes with a 90 degree here, and you should kind of know how to solve this, right? Because the angle here and the angle here is supposed to be the same. Okay, so again, what you need to know is you really need to understand all these things. You understand and remember it when you are solving the question. If you can only understand, then without remembering how when you solve the question, then you may get to a problem. Okay, so I'll just stop here and thank you. See you